Welcome back to I'll Make a Stay Out of You, the podcast where we watch old content and pretend like it's new. Tom, I'm Phil. I forgot my name. I'm Phil. I'm your host, and I'm here with my friend Tom, who's a professional podcaster. Yeah. Tom, how you doing?
I am doing so good.
So good.
So
good.
You want to know
so
why?
Good.
You want to know why?
Why? Yes. Yeah, I want to hear it. Let's hear it.
All right. Today was the last time I will ever step foot on a United States naval warship ever again.
Oh, shit. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yay. Yeah. It was, well, probably, I don't know, maybe some shit comes up.
Don't let them suck you back in.
Yeah. Well, no, at least as somebody that's in, maybe as a civilian later on, if I want to go contract like technician or whatever. Yeah,
sure.
I don't really want to do that, but like if it pays well enough, like fuck it, might as well.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But
get that bag.
Yeah. It was today actually went like pretty well because I had to do the triad checkout, so I had to sit down with the three highest ranking people on the ship, and they asked me questions. One of the questions the captain asked me was if you could take one chief with you to your next command, who would it be? And I was like, I sat there for a while thinking about it because they all suck,
Oh, no. I feel like you used to have a cool chief, didn't you? Wasn't there like a chief that you had at one point that was pretty cool?
Yeah, he's all right.
All right. Fair enough. Chief is a chief. Chief's gonna chief.
Well, there have been cool chiefs along the way, but they're few and far between, unfortunately. But I told him that I was like, look, this is a difficult question to answer, because I don't really have too many good things to say about the Chiefs mess, and he literally said, "Yeah, I get that a lot."
Oh shit. That's great. Yeah, I as soon as you started saying that this was an interview with the top like three people on the ship, I was immediately like, oh no, but you're too honest.
Oh, brutally. Yeah. But
okay.
But I feel pretty good about it because I'm still respectful, but
sure,
but I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it, and
right,
and each one of them, when I would tell them something, they would be like, I can't dispute that. Like I have nothing to say against that. That's really good insight. And when I was leaving the CMC's office, who's the command master chief, the things that I told him, because I went to him last. I'm supposed to go to him first, but like just the timing and how everything worked out, I went to him last, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot to tell the CO and the XO this, and he was like, don't worry about that. We're gonna have like a meeting after this. Like we all get together after these and talk about everything that you said. And I was like, okay, good, because I meant to mention this thing that happened. And I told him, I don't know if I mentioned it. I feel like I mentioned it on this podcast or at least to you at some point, which was that like a while back, this guy came on the ship and was like, there was half training on like procedural compliance, shit like that. And then the other half of his little presentation was like, here's things that you could do differently to like, prevent mishaps and the human error and stuff like that. And all of these suggestions that he gave were like really good suggestions, really good solutions to problems that nobody in that fucking room has any control over, and it like, really fucking bothered me. Like I was seething at the time, and I asked him, I was like, who are you giving this training to? Because it doesn't apply to us,
Right.
And so when I told CMC that, he was like, yeah, Yeah, that's true. We knew that he went to that, he gave us a debrief after he went to your ship and like told us everything that he told you guys. So like we know about all that. And because the current command master, if he's he's like temporarily assigned here. He reports to the base command or whatever. Because there's been some shifting around. But so he's like, yeah, I knew that guy came out, knew what he said and like all that. And I was like, now here, okay, so first of all, that sucks, right? That he's giving these suggestions to a group of people that can't do anything about it. So like, what's the fucking point? Yeah. But what upset me even more is that in the coming weeks after that, every single suggestion he gave us, we did the exact opposite of it. Right. So he would say like, what you could do is you could push Libex to like 9, instead of 7:15. That way people can like wake up, go get breakfast, leisurely make their way to work, whatever, so they're like energized and ready for the day. So it sounds great. So we moved it like earlier. Yeah. He's like, you could adjust your meal hours. And I was like, we used to have a 2-hour lunch. Now we have an 1.5-hour lunch, and he's like, well, 1.5 hours sounds good, but 2 hours is better because they got rid of our PT scheduled. Like we used to have PT scheduled in like part of the workday, but they took it out and gave us a 2-hour lunch instead. So they're saying you go to lunch and do your PT at the same time. It's like, okay, that makes sense. But then when you shorten it to an 1.5 hours, it's like, okay, so I got to pick one now, and then have a little bit of time left over.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I told him all this and he was like, oh, you know what? We never followed up on that. Like, so that makes sense, and I wish that like we had been aware of that. So it's, and you're the first person that's ever brought this up in like these interviews or whatever. And I was like, yeah, cause probably people don't give a shit anymore,
Right. Yeah. Just fucking done.
But when I was leaving his office, he was like, I look forward to hearing like what you do at your next command, and hopefully you stay in and keep like setting a good example and leading the next generation of sailor and all this. And I was like, look, I would if the Navy had treated me better than it did, and he was like, from my position, I can't blame you. So.
Jesus Christ, that's so funny. I half expect this to end like the office or Office Space. Like you go in there and you're like, well, actually everything sucks, man, and you guys totally screwed us over. And they're like, he's a straight shooter. He has officer material written all over him. Yeah. Like I think we need to move him up the chain. Like I think that he could be a real asset. Like
that's honestly what it felt like when he was really selling it about like he wants me to stay in, he wants me to be like the next generation of leader in the Navy, and I'm like, look, dude, no, like I'm not gonna do that.
Not being not an officer, like if they want to give you officer pay, like fucking shit, I don't know, maybe I don't know.
So that's the thing is like, yeah, I could put in a package, go LDO, like that is totally doable, but I don't want to fucking do that anymore.
Right. No, yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
I want to be, not worth it. I want to be home. I want to go home. I don't want to spend any more time on the ship. So yeah, once upon a time, that was my plan. Honestly, that was my plan. Yeah. Go, it's called LDO, limited duty officer. So yeah, I could have gone, I would have done that, but I fucking, I
got sick of the Navy.
Yeah. I got fucking sick of it. But, the other things that I talked about with the XO and the CO, I think I gave them some pretty good suggestions, and they asked me, they were like, what did you not like about this command? What are some like big things that you can leave with us to, hopefully improve it? And I gave them some things that have been weighing on my mind for the past few years. So, and they were like really receptive to it. It seemed like they were really receptive to it. So, hopefully it makes a difference. Not that I'll be around to fucking, find out, but maybe.
Yeah. So, well, maybe the other Joes will benefit, from your feedback.
Yeah.
I mean, good, because I'm sure there's going to be a new crop of 18, 19-year-olds recruited out of high school that have no idea what they're getting themselves into. So, if you make it better for them, then all the better.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, I'm sure you're going to meet some of them as you are doing the teaching when you're in Chicago. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Should be fun.
They were like, please, be a good leader and mold the new minds, sufficiently.
Yeah.
Like, well.
They're going to get into your class and you're going to be like, okay, start making a plan to exit the Navy now.
Yeah. Do everything. The thing is that, like, I have really good advice for someone that wants to make the Navy a career and that wants to succeed in the Navy.
Sure.
I absolutely, because not that I really intended for it to work out this way, but I have a pretty good success story with the Navy, despite all of my efforts to sabotage it,
Yeah, right. No, I know. Like, I mean, all your stories seem to like fly in the face of everything that someone like me, just a layman, would know about, like, how the military should operate. Just like disobeying your superiors, telling them their orders are stupid, like all kinds of stuff like that, where you're just like, this sucks, like this is bad, and I like all this shit that you've done and gotten away with, and then you leave only having praise from your superiors. I mean, like,
yeah.
No one could do this like you. So I'm proud and impressed.
Not just praise alone, but like significant achievements compared to, like, most people. Most people don't make their first command. Right.
Yeah.
Like to go from, I joined as an E1, I'm leaving my first command as an E6. That's pretty rare. And I just happen to, like, line up my level of giving a shit just enough to, like, to work out to help advance me to that point. So I know how to play the game. If you want to do that. And it's funny is, like, I always said, like, I kind of made my own game. A lot of people play the game, like they do things where, like, the way that the Navy wants you to do it. Whereas I was like, fuck that shit. That shit's stupid. I'm going to do it a different way. And it fucking worked. So
yeah, well, like, you can't argue with success. So we'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah. It makes sense. Well, good. Soon enough, you'll be all packed up. You'll be moving, driving cross country. And hopefully Chicago will be all right.
I'm super excited for that. Instead of booking hotels, I booked some Airbnbs. I found some, like, cabins, some, like, some nice little areas. I found one that's got, like, a 13-acre plot of land, like this nice cabin in the woods with 13 acres around.
Jesus. So, okay.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be fun. I mean, that'll make the trip more of a vacation than just a move.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like, you can drive from Florida to Chicago in a day if you want to.
Yeah.
But I'm spreading it across 3 days so that we, like, we can just, like, fucking wake up. We don't have to set an alarm. We just wake up in the morning at some point and get on the road, drive for, like 7-8 hours, and then stop, enjoy a little Airbnb, and then do the same thing the next day.
Yeah. Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Well, cool. That's exciting. I'm excited. My kids, all the birthdays are happening, because we did this. Like, Jeanette and I had our 5-year anniversary of our wedding. We went and saw the D&D movie, Honor Among Thieves. It was fucking awesome. Yeah. It was so good. That's good to hear. Loved it. It was really fun. It was just like a fun movie to go and watch. So
good. I'm glad.
That was cool. The kids were at the grandparents' house while we did that. And now we have Michelle's birthday's tomorrow and she's sick. So she's not going to get to do a whole lot.
Damn.
Yeah, it sucks. And then, 11 days later is going to be Logan's birthday. So yeah, it's going to be fun, Yeah. Kids are getting lots of, spoilers. This episode will not be out when their birthdays.
Yeah.
But they've both been so obsessed with Bluey that like all they ask for are like all the Bluey toys. So they're just getting like Bluey toys. That's all they're getting.
All right.
Which I'm fine with. And I don't okay, everybody, this is a secret. John, back when he lived with us, left an old computer in our garage, and it's been sitting there just collecting dust for like a long time. So I'm going to like put it together and make sure it works, and then I'm going to let Logan have that computer as a computer for him.
Oh.
Did I talk about this at Christmas? Well, I'm talking about it again. I've got the parts. I bought him a monitor. I bought like a power supply. I actually, Jeanette's computer like died, and I had to swap out the power supply, and I took the power supply from that computer. And so I had to buy a new power supply for the computer.
Yeah.
So here we are. I got a new power supply. I've got it in here in the office, and I just need to like hook it up and make sure it functions so that I can set it up for Logan. But I think it'll be cool. It's nothing fancy. I mean, it's, you know, it's like a GTX 970. So old. It's old, but
Yeah.
he's a literal child. Yeah. I mean, he's
a
gonna play with Scratch.
970 will still get the job done for most things. I have a 980.
I use a 970.
I have a 980 in my fucking laptop, so
yeah. I mean, it does the job.
Yeah.
My computer has a 970 in it because I don't want to spend like $600.
The computer you're using right now, your current gaming computer, you have a 970?
Yes.
Oof.
So what do you mean oof?
F's in the chat.
Dude, it runs Final Fantasy 14 at 60 FPS. I've never not been able to run a game, so
yeah, I mean, all right.
I don't know. I don't need like 100, and my monitors are 1080p. Like I don't do any like 4K gaming on it.
Yeah,
so like
well,
I don't.
That's probably what it is. You're still you're still rocking 1080p, man.
Yes. It literally okay. I have a 4K TV in the living room. And of course I've got like my PS5 hooked up to that. If I was playing a game on there and then went to the office and I played a game in 1080p, I could not tell the difference. Like there's no it's so negligible. So it doesn't bother me at all.
Wait, okay, but you're going from a TV to a monitor. There's a significant difference in clarity between a TV and a monitor.
Yeah, there is.
100% there is. I bet if you put our monitors side by side, you would notice. There is a significant,
but out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. But I mean, like when I first hooked up this monitor and like got my new graphics card, I could notice a difference just by looking at the cursor move across the screen. I was like, this shit is insane, you know. So all I'm saying is you should think about upgrading.
Yeah, but I mean the prices on graphics cards have started to come down, but they're not there yet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so maybe if Felix wants to give me donate his old graphics card, I'll take that. Yeah,
I might. You know, I've been thinking about potentially upgrading soon.
Again?
My graphics card's like 3 years old at this point, so I think
3 years. My graphics card's like 14 years old.
I know. Look, when I upgrade, I'll mail you this one. How about that?
Okay,
that's fine. Actually, if I upgrade, I'll upgrade both of our computers, and then I'll send you two. What do I have right now? I have a 2070 Super in both my computer and Anna's. Yeah, so I can send you two 2070 Supers that you could fucking SLI or whatever that shit is called for NVIDIA.
I'd probably just put the other one in Jeanette's computer because she also has a 970.
No, just SLI the two 2070s in your computer and SLI the 970s in Jeanette's. Same thing.
Oh yeah, same difference. Yeah. All right. Anyway, tonight we watched Weekly Idol with Stray Kids. We went back in time. We watched some good old fashioned content where a lot of stay memes come from. We got to see the boys do their variety stuff, and this was during the promotions for No Easy. They were doing the choreography for Thunderous. It was so funny. I fucking loved this. Oh, you know what? Like, I don't want to jump the gun on this, but like the second thing they did was perform Thunderous, and Tom told me something that I had never heard before, and I didn't want to believe was true, and yet here now my brain hears it, and I don't know if I'll ever get to hear it, unhear it. I mean, it's yeah. Anyway, one of the lines in Thunderous, apparently, when Changbin is riding on the back of Bangchan, sounds like something he isn't saying because he's speaking Korean. Right. What does it sound like?
It happens a couple times during the song. I'm pretty sure. Definitely, it does. It definitely happens at the end, but I'm pretty sure there's another point in the song where it happens again. And to me, it sounds like he's saying tacos are cool.
Tacos are cool. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll have to remember to pull a clip for that because that was enlightening. We watched it about 13 times in a row just to make sure that everyone got it. And I am taking
some liberties with the "are cool" part, but like it definitely says tacos are.
No, I definitely can hear it. It's definitely there. It's shocking. I think that Changbin would appreciate it. He probably likes tacos.
I think he would probably agree. I think he should do a version of the song where he actually says tacos are cool.
Yeah, that would be great. In fact, he should just slip it in. You know, sometimes when they're performing on stage, they just they'll accidentally do the Japanese lyrics instead of the Korean lyrics, or Korean lyrics when they're promoting in Japan, just by accident. So why not just by accident, Changbin, just say tacos are cool, and nobody will know. Yeah, nobody will know.
Just slip.
They're gonna know.
They won't know. You know, I'll know. But everyone else will just be like,
right. It's just for you. It's just for you. I mean, like, look, since the very beginning, since the survival show, you were like, Changbin, he's my guy.
He is. Yeah.
Like, the least he can do is say tacos are cool.
That's all we need from you.
That's all we need. That's all we want. He just, it's we watched Changbin did a TikTok with NMIX, doing some choreography, some girl group choreography, and killing it. That like came out, I think it came out today, but the outfits he was wearing, they went and performed at like a, I don't know, what would I call this? It's a concert, Music Bank in Paris, where it's like a bunch of K-pop. It's like a festival, but a bunch of K-pop groups. And it's not just JYP, it's a bunch of different groups show up. Enhypen was there. A lot of different people were there, and there was they only performed 4 songs, right? Our boys performed 4 songs, but they performed Miro. It was 40,000 people in this arena. Mm-hmm. They performed Miro, and they were like, the entire crowd was going insane and singing along, and it really, like, I got like such like chills watching these videos, because it's just like, goddamn, like our boys have really made it. Yeah. Because like in the early days when we were watching some of their early stuff, like we were watching them go and do these kind of things, and they did like one of their songs and then like 2 BTS songs and then a song with a member of 2PM to like bring up their street cred. Right. Like they weren't doing all their own songs. They were like doing songs that people would quote unquote know. Right. And now they are the ones people know. Oh, yeah. And it was crazy. I mean, it was really, like they've come so far in their time. And of course, I saw this one. There's a member, I think it's his name is Jake from Enhypen, and he's also Australian. He's from Australia, and so like there's like this like part where they're like, a lot of them are on stage and like Stray Kids were like bowing to people, and then like somebody like did slow-mo, and you see Bangchan and this guy like lock eyes for a second, and they just like go over and do like the whole like slap hands, clap on the back thing, to like instead of bowing, so like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, nice. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's fun. I enjoyed watching those, but anyway, yeah, Weekly Idol. Yeah, this variety show was pretty chaotic, pretty fun. What'd you think of this thing?
It's good. There are definitely some moments where I'm like, okay, whatever, but the rest of it is good and funny, and has it definitely got some meme material, some like green screen quality moments, you know.
Yeah, a lot of gifs coming out of this.
Mm-hmm.
They started out doing they did a few different things. They did like they had to read like the official promotion for Noeasy, and they were trying to read it as fast as possible, which Changbin did an amazing job. Like, he killed it. He like ran through it super fast. Han started off doing it super fast, but then kind of like petered out at the end because he was running out of air. And then Seungmin did it and just fucking killed it. And I think he did it just slightly faster than Changbin, which was insane. Yeah. I mean, he didn't do it as like vicious as Changbin did, because when he did, he sounded like he was rapping. But, you know, right. I'll take it. Yeah.
Still did it faster. Technically.
Still did it faster.
Technically counts.
Technically it counts. Yeah. They did some fan requests, like taking measurements of their bodies, which I find to be really strange. I get that it's like a normal thing that people, I want to understand, because I don't understand, like, what is the mindset of somebody who's like, I need to know the precise width of Hyunjin's lips. This is important for my life, and you must measure him. I'm just like, why? Yeah. Why are we doing this? Like, I don't know. It just
don't quite get that. And you know, there was a little bit of discussion about it in the chat as well. Yeah. And you know, what I mentioned was, and I'm sure other people agree with, right, is like, imagine doing that to like a girl group. It's not right. It's like, that would not be okay. So
yeah, you know, there are things where I feel like it could be okay. Like if Changbin, you know, he's Mr. Workout, right? If he wanted to show off like the circumference of his biceps or something, sure. I'm like, sure, I get that. But I feel like a part of that is like, that's like a part of his body that he's like actively working on and can change or whatever, that's visible. It's weirder when it's just like, let me measure your
naturally
lips.
Change. I think that's the important thing, right? Is also like,
yeah,
if it's something that you can control, then yeah, sure, be proud of whatever you want to do with that. But like, if it's just like, how wide are your eyes, you know? Okay,
right, yeah. I don't know, it could be strange. I mean, people know, we all know that Bang Chan has wide shoulders, and for a long time we've talked about that his wide shoulders are there to support the whole group, you know, because he's the leader. He needs to have broad shoulders. But I didn't need to know that they were, what were they, 54 centimeters?
I didn't even look.
I don't think that was necessary. But you know, whatever. That's it is what it is. They prepared a few songs, which I thought were great. Oh, one of the things, right, I can't forget this. One of the things that Stay wanted was, they wanted to know how, if they ran into another Stay, they should signal that they're a Stay. And this is where we get the official Stay pose from. Like, this is the moment where you like spread your legs a little bit and then throw your arms down, like for the choreography for Thunderous, like you're throwing a box down to the ground. And that this is the we did this with Rogue at the concert. We definitely did, and there was certainly a moment where I think that Lino was, I don't remember if it was during his introduction or during his ments, like at the end when they're saying goodbye or whatever. But I think Jeanette and I totally like gave him a good Stay pose, you know, just he couldn't see us, but we knew. It was, the Stay pose was coming from our hearts. And you know, I think we talked about it when we were when we were here having Korean barbecue. and there was the stay that was behind us, and we were like, maybe we just do the stay pose and stuff like we were talking about. But this is where it comes from.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure I said I don't know the stay pose.
Yeah. So now you understand the reference.
Sure. Yeah, I understand the reference. I'll never do it.
Yeah,
probably.
It's actually hard. I mean, we were literally at we went to these like cup sleeve events where it's like everybody here's a stay. We know everyone's got the same shoes on. Okay, like Jeanette's shoes match everyone else, and so it's just like, oh, so like. Without a doubt, if there was one place that it would be safe to just like throw down a stay pose, it would be here. And yet I couldn't. So I don't know. I think I think Rogue said that she had and or maybe Absurd did as well. But.
Imagine this though. Here's what I picture would be my first time and last time ever doing the stay pose. Is that because I come from the position that it's okay if you don't know everything, if you're not in on all the inside jokes, right?
Yeah.
And so like if one person may, if they're like an elitist stay, is they'll do the stay pose, and if you don't do it back, then they're like, this guy's a fucking poser. But here's what would happen in my mind. I do the stay pose, the other person doesn't. And they look like they have no idea what I just did. And then I go, all right, I'm never going to see you in my life again. Bye. And then just walk away embarrassed.
This is that you're literally describing the thing that prevents me from doing the stay pose is that I am an adult man. And if I see like a stay with I see like they've got skazoos, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm like, what if I do the stay pose and they don't know what the stay pose is? Like it's 100% possible that like there are people, this happened, during No Easy, and we've had 2 albums since then. Like there are new stays who may not know.
Right.
And,
what if
I could just,
what if that girl that sat behind us at Korean barbecue just like has a Stray Kids shirt, right?
Well, okay.
Like
she had a Stray Kids shirt below a Stray Kids sweater.
Okay.
So she had 2 layers of Stray Kids merch. Like,
yeah, but still.
But they were both Case 143.
I have like 4 Ghost t-shirts. I don't know what the Ghost pose is. If there's not one, right?
Maybe there is a Ghost pose.
But also
you don't know.
Maybe there is. But also if I saw any Ghost band members, like any of the members from Ghost, if I ever saw them in real life, I'd have no idea. I don't know what they fucking look like. I watched a video of the guitarist like talking about his like music writing like
wearing the mask
stuff. I don't no. He looked normal, just like t-shirt and jeans. Okay. But I don't remember that video. But the only time that I have recognized another Ghost listener, I wouldn't say Ghost fan, just someone who listens to Ghost to the same degree that I do, was I saw my old division officer leaving work wearing a Ghost t-shirt, and I was like, oh shit, I have a shirt just like that, but in a different color. And he was like, oh nice. And then I happened to wear a Ghost t-shirt one day, and he was like, oh, wearing the Ghost shirt, huh? And I was like, this is like one of many. I have so many Ghost shirts.
Jeanette has named their fandom as Ghosties.
Ghosty? Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, fair enough. A Ghosty.
That's good. I like that.
But if you're what's the Ghost pose, do you think? Is it like boo? Like you like do a little jump scare?
I think you'd have to do like the gif of him like from Rats where he's like wobbling back and forth with his knees and arms. You know what I'm talking about?
I'll have to watch it again, but sure, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a little wiggle. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, let's just pull it up right now. Let's just watch Rats.
Rats. Well, it's important to have the gif because here I got it immediately. There you go.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Could you imagine people are like That's such a bigger body movement than the stay pose. Like
if you did that to somebody, even if they were a ghostie, they'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing to me right now? Like, get away, you
no,
freak."
100%. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's possible that someday I would do this. Like, people have been theorizing because apparently there's like a big convention. I think it's Dragon Con, and they have like a bunch of like K-pop panels and stuff. And somebody had mentioned that there was like a panel that was put on by like some people who do like a K-pop podcast. And I was like, oh, okay. And they were like, you guys, you could totally like do like a panel at one of these cons or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. But if there was any place that I would feel comfortable doing the stay pose, it would be there.
It would be at the panel.
Yeah, I mean, you have a guaranteed like stay fandom. Yeah. Like, of course,
there's a reasonable expectation to get a good response.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. What would we do at like what's the panel for? What are we just gonna fucking put coins in the coin jar for an hour? Like, what do we do?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Okay. Yeah. Like, hey, everyone over here. This is the I'll Make a Stay Out of You podcast panel for Stray Kids, and they were just like, yeah. So today I had a bean burrito for lunch, and holy shit, was my gas bad after that. And then we were like watching a movie on the couch, and I was just like really mad at me, but.
What the hell is the story?
Nothing. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. I'm just saying.
Right.
Like,
I know.
That's
You're
what our
inventing
panel would
the
be.
story. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great. It would be. There is nothing like funnier to me than like subverting expectations. It is actually like legitimately one of my favorite things. Like that episode where I opened and said we were like some other podcast. I don't know. It was like a really early episode, and you were like, "What are you talking about? What's happening?" Like nothing funnier to me than that. Yeah. So if we just we go through all of this journey and stuff with Stray Kids, and then we show up at a panel and we're like, "All right, guys. Fast and the Furious podcast. We're gonna talk about we watched Fast 7 and blah blah blah. And the family was going strong.
Earl Spillner sounds like a serial killer's name. Is that what you are? No, man. Don't come around here again.
Could be fun. Yeah, I'm just saying, could be fun. I don't know. There's lots of things. I mean, after we got together and did karaoke and stuff and got to hang out with the few people who were at the Fort Worth show with us, it was like immediately as soon as we left, like people were just like, all right, well, like when are we all gonna get back together again? Like when are we gonna get to hang out again? Like it was fun, we had a good time, like come on, like there's gotta be like some event, right, that we could all show up for. So as soon as people started, Jeanette was like, what if we put on our own convention? And I'm like, we don't have money. What are you talking about?
How are we going to do that?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
We're gonna rent like a conference room at a hotel.
Yeah. Yeah. She Googled it. She looked into it. She was like, it's surprisingly inexpensive to rent out a conference room at a hotel. I'm just like, okay, well, it's still, there are places that have, if we were going to do something like this, I feel like the first time should probably be as a guest at an established convention, right? Like doesn't it seems like it makes more sense.
No,
and you would,
we're just going to start, we're just going to start our own we're going to take it a step further. We're just going to build our own expo center. It'll be the Stay Expo Center. We'll go on GoFundMe. We'll set the goal at I don't know, $120 million, so we can build the stadium.
And we can get that easy.
Yeah, and then we'll get JYP to back it as the official North American Stray Kids concert hall.
Oh, well, then that would be excellent. What a dream.
Yeah.
I don't know if JYP would do that, but I'll
He
allow
wouldn't,
it.
but
I like the dream.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be fun to do something.
What we
I
should
don't
do,
know, but,
I think here's how we can make that dream possible. All of the
Yeah.
funding that we're currently getting from like the Patreon and all that,
Mm-hmm.
just start buying lotto tickets with all that money. Just dump that into lotto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put that straight into lotto tickets, and eventually, like, we'll definitely hit, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how the lottery works.
That's how the law of averages works. The more money you spend on it, it's guaranteed to happen at some point.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like
My mom sent me a text the other day. It was the weirdest text I've received from her.
Okay.
It was probably not the weirdest actually, but it was pretty strange. And Mom, if you're listening, which you will be at some point, you have to admit this was really strange to just text me out of the blue like this. She sends me a picture of a car, like this green BMW, and she was like, "If I win the lottery, do you want me to buy this car for you?" I was like,
I mean, it's okay to have dreams.
sure, yeah, but I was just like, sure, why? My first thought, hopefully, was, oh, did you win the lottery? And you're asking, should you buy this for me now? Which, if that's the case, yeah, fuck it, go for it. But if you win the lottery, I don't want that car. I want just buy me a house. That's what I want. That's it. I can do the rest.
Yeah, you could do the rest. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I don't know that I would. My first choice. Look, I'm not gonna look a gift in the gift horse in the mouth, but like my first choice is not gonna be a green BMW.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be my go-to.
But honestly, like maybe this is just like the I don't know, financially responsible adult in me thinking, but like, you know what my next dream car is? Like no shit. My next dream car, like the car that I would absolutely buy next, is another Camry. Like I love Camrys.
Big dreams.
Yeah.
Do they have like a hybrid or an electric Camry? Something like that?
I don't know, but fuck that. I want to guzzle gas.
Ugh.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd go hybrid if they had a good.
If they had it,
hybrid,
yeah,
hybrid
sure. I mean,
Camry.
like the minivan we got is not a hybrid, but if it was an option, when we got it, it was like we got our minivan, and then like literally in like the next week there was like a story on like the local news that was just like, you can't get a minivan right now. There's no minivans because this was like right early COVID, and it was just like, there are no minivans available. You can't do that right now. They're all sold because they're not being manufactured enough, and there's none used, and everybody's buying them. And it was just like, oh shit! I'm glad we bought when we did. I guess.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's weird. No, I just can't. Camrys are reliable, and I spend like, even though I don't have a hybrid, I spend like $40 a month on gas. Like that's it. Sometimes not even a month. Like maybe a month and a half to 2 months is how often I fill up, depending on how much I'm driving, because I don't typically drive too much. So like, yeah, when I get these kids at work being like, yeah, I spend $200 a month on gas.
Jesus Christ, where are they going?
Or more, because they just like drive around and do shit all the time, and I'm like, nah, man.
Oh well, that was their first mistake, doing things.
Well,
who does things?
It's a combination of driving around doing stuff and also like having like a fucking V6 V8 charger or whatever, and then constantly trying to go as fast as they can. And yeah, it's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna keep spending as little money as possible on something that I use for maybe an hour a day.
Yeah, I mean, stick with it. Whatever's working works. So yeah. Yeah, cool. Anyway, what were we talking about? Weekly Idol.
Toyota Camry.
Toyota Camry Weekly Idol. We were treated to a beautiful Day 6 song sung by Bangchan, IN, and Sungmin. You were upset because there were no subtitles, but it was good. I mean, I don't know. They're amazing. As like the vocals. I mean, and especially like Bangchan. Like, in some ways, like I expect IN and Sungmin to kill it because like that's their main thing. But it never. Like I always expect Bangchan to kill it, but it's never not surprising to me when he just like steps up and does the thing, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, he's so talented. This man.
I think there's one thing that we can all agree on, and that's that with one exception, and it has nothing to do with the actual singing, Stray Kids don't miss.
Who's the one exception?
No. It's not who, it's what is the one exception.
Oh.
And that is the Your Eyes music video.
Oh. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. But you know what? The Your Eyes just track is pretty good on its own. I just, they don't really have to do the music video for it to be good. So it works out. We also got they did like a dance relay where they had to do choreography, and they switched up the choreography. Sometimes sped it up, sometimes slowed it down. It was pretty hilarious. It's just chaos of people running around the place. When they were doing like backdoor, like Felix was super confused. He was just like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be. And IN was in front of him and he was behind him and he kept waiting to go through, and it just didn't work. And they eventually failed at that challenge after 3 attempts. So it was, it was fun though. I mean, I had a good time with it.
Yeah, that's funny.
I especially love like Lino in that, like just doing random, they called them like grandpa dances or dad dances, like just not dancing like an idol, just like throwing his arms around like, woo, I don't remember how this goes. Like, it's really funny. And Han, when Han like ran and like frog jumped over Hyunjin and was just like, I'm jumping, and just like jumped over him during elevator. Like, it was pretty funny. I don't know. It was good. It was just fun. It was like just a really happy, fun time. And then we got treated to them playing a bit of the headphones game, where it's like I don't know. I guess I can't call it like charades because they don't act it out. They're yawning for some reason.
I don't know what that game is called, but it is funny.
It's hilarious. Jeanette has frequently, even since like the early days of us doing this, she was like, you and Tom should do this game. And I'm like, okay, first off, we'd have to be in person, and I don't know how funny it would be if we were just yelling. Like what would the like, unless it was on video, I just don't know if it would work.
Yeah,
but it would be fun.
It'd have to be on video. It would be
hilarious.
It'd have to be on video, and obviously we'd have to be in person.
Right. Yeah. So that's easier to do once you're in Chicago, because we'll have like the same time zone, and I think it's a shorter drive.
I don't know. Let's take a look.
Shorter flight.
Let me look at this. Maps.
He's gonna go to MapQuest. Print out the maps.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let me type in from the USO to your address.
I'm going to search for MapQuest and see if it's still a thing. It is.
17 hours and 15 minutes. That's to the base in Illinois. Now from my home here, to your home.
Drum roll.
17 hours and 43 minutes. So
it's
30,
actually really close.
It's 30 minutes more to drive from Florida to your house than it is.
Oh, well, that 30 minutes would just absolutely kill any possibility.
It
Just
would.
drain it completely.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that 30 minutes just makes all the difference, right?
It does. Look, as someone who's driven from Virginia to your house in a night, or in a day rather, not happy with that drive.
No. Tennessee can suck it, right? If I remember correctly, was it Tennessee that was the worst?
Tennessee. Well, Tennessee was the worst moving from Texas to Virginia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I had the fucking U-Haul, and I was like, I don't know, it's just so hard to navigate Tennessee in a U-Haul, in my experience, because people are fucking assholes. But whatever, that's neither here nor there.
Then where is it, Tom?
I don't know.
I never get to do that.
I know, you're welcome. It's because I don't say that.
I'm always the one who does the other part.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, like, I like the headphones game. It's fun. It's always been really funny. Like, you know, I've saw Need You do it once before. I specifically saw a clip where she was the answer was Stray Kids, and Nina, one of the members of Need You, was just like, my favorite boy group, and the other girl was like, BTS, and she's like, no, JYP group, and then like eventually led her to being like, oh, Stray Kids. And it's like definitely 100%. Like they were not supposed to be like, your favorite group's BTS, right? It was good. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it was fun. I especially loved Ian and Hyunjin. Like, first off, they had like giant reactions when other people were failing, like laughing at them and just being like, oh my God, I can't believe they're not getting this. And then they step up and, like, let's be fair, eventually they did get 2 right. However, only after the hosts let them switch places. Okay.
Yeah.
So they got the what we call the Maknae advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Like they just changed the rules for them. But they did so bad. Like, just it was baffling. I mean, like, the only person who was really worse was like Sungmin, like, just was so like dense, would not get anything right. Like, he was just like, nope, not gonna get it. And to a certain point, it feels like trolling. Like, he's just messing with
He
them.
literally,
Like,
it looked like he was just trolling at the end.
Yeah, because he kept saying meat, like, meat, what did he say, like meat curtain? No, he didn't say meat curtains. He said curtain. Not meat curtain, a meat what the fuck is the word?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Oh, the fucking, like, the window screen. He said meat screen. Not this is very different from the other one that I said. And I also, the other thing that stood out to me here is and I think that this one gets a lot of play in GIFs and stuff, is they tell, you know, Bang Chan and stuff that he can say anything, you know, and Changbin is like looking up and he calls him a walrus, and he's like, walrus? Did you just say walrus? And he gets up and he starts moving towards him, and he's like, like, fuck, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Jeanette's calling out that the air fryer was one of the words that they had to guess, and he's like it's the appliance that we don't use, and Felix is like,
Blender.
So it was Bang Chun. And he's like, hey, blender. What was the word for blender?
Shaker.
Shaka, yeah. He was like blender, oven, microwave, like listing like every other appliance. They're like, oh, like, and people are like, this is TMI. Like they're giving away too much information about the fact that they don't use any of their appliances. Yeah, it was good. I loved it. Yeah. So all in all, I mean, I thought Weekly Idol totally worth watching. So fun. It definitely made me go like, have they? I know they had been on it in the past, but have they gone on it since? And I'm not sure. Nor did I look it up because I worked today and my kids were sick. Yeah. It was good. Weekly Idol. Who knew? I had a choice because we could have continued just doing more Skiz Code, but we only have like one more like couple of episodes. And those only came out like 2 weeks ago. And then or we could go back to Finding Stray Kids, which we're definitely gonna do. But you know, I thought, those are like hour-long episodes, and it's not like they're a slog to get through. They're still fun, but like, you know, like the Skiz Code that we've been watching is a little more fast-paced because they're shorter, and so we get through them. And yeah, I don't know. Jeanette suggested Weekly Idol, and I'm glad we did it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. For sure. And if you want to have fun, then you can, you know, join us by going to makeastay.com and you can hop in our Discord. We're currently doing like a 30 days of Stray Kids thing where every single day there's like a new thread that's created of like, oh, like what was your first Stray Kids song? What was your first bias? Your what's your favorite song right now? Music video, solo song, all kinds of stuff. And it's super fun. Just every morning, you know, it gets posted and then I just get to like see what everyone else has posted. And then as soon as I see the first one go up, I usually hop in immediately with the snarkiest answer I can possibly give. So if you want to see what those answers are, you know, jump right in there. Go and see what all the hubbub is about. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Makeastay.com. Do that. Right? That's our new catchphrase.
Do that. Is that our new
Do that.
Do that.
I don't know if I can.
I don't think that's it. That's not the move.
You don't think that's it?
That's not
it
the
could
move.
be. It could be the move.
It's funny that you say that because the reason that I'm saying that is because my buddy Andrew, he told me about this TikTok account that he follows called It Could Be the Move. And it's just this guy like just doing something being like, could be the move.
Okay. Yeah, it could be.
It could be the move.
Could be the move.
I don't think so though.
You know? Yeah, probably not. Okay, well, we'll see you on the next episode. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. You have to click the button.
I did.
Oh, I didn't hear it right away.
It's currently going.
Yeah.
Here.
Bye.
I'll turn it off. I'll turn it back on again.
Bye-bye. 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 Makeastay.com. What is it? I forgot.
I don't remember. It was not the move.
It wasn't the move.